All right, what is going on? Bro, come on. I need to get a new tripod. I'm going to leave that in. I need to get a new tripod. All right. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scar. Welcome back to the channel. So, today we're going to be doing some push, so chest tries and shoulders. And I'm really excited about this workout. It's one of my favorite ones of the week. But first, one thing that I want to talk about today is that you're never too far away to be able to take your first step. So, backstory. When I was a child, I grew up in the church, and then for a while, I did not go to church. Barely even thought I was a believer, honestly. I wasn't. I kind of strayed away from God, started, living for the world, living for the flesh, living in sin, honestly. And by the time that I kind of came to my senses and realized that, I should probably come back and, be a believer again and really, really live my life for Jesus, a lot of the times I felt like I was too far away. Obviously, the last time I even cracked open a Bible at this point was back when I was a kid, so didn't really remember much. I remembered the basics, but not everything. And then kind of went through, and my first step that I thought was going to be the best is to just read through the New Testament, right? I thought it was going to be the best thing for me. So I would go do cardio, walk on an incline or whatever it was, and I would just listen to the audiobook of the New Testament. And one story hit me pretty hard at that time, and it was Acts 9. So this is Saul on the road to Damascus. And Saul is walking on the road to Damascus. He's a Pharisee. He's a persecutor of Christians. They weren't Christians at the time. I guess we can kind of identify them as such, but they were just Jewish believers in Jesus, right? They believed that Jesus was the Messiah, but they were still Jewish inherently. So it was it's different than what we would think about Christianity today. But the thing is Saul was finding these people, persecuting them, and, he was hunting for them, even going so far as killing one of them, stoning him. So he's on the road to Damascus, and, Paul came after Jesus, but Jesus comes to Paul in a vision while Paul is on the road to Damascus. Also, his name is Saul at this point. So Jesus comes to Saul in a vision, and Saul is super confused, and Jesus says, Saul, Saul, and Saul is like, who are you, Lord? And Jesus says, I am, which is one of my favorite parts of this verse now, which we talked about this on church on Sunday, a little side note. And I never realized this, that Jesus said, I am. But if you guys are familiar, Jesus said, before Abraham was, I am. So just one of the cool little things that I learned. But he says, I am Jesus, the one whom you are persecuting. And Saul becomes blind for 3 days. He eventually gets to his destination. Jesus gives him a bunch of directions that he needs to follow. Saul follows them, and then he meets another person who lays hands on him 3 days later, which I think is symbolic. And Saul is now able to see, right? And it says scales being lifted from his eyes. I think one of the most important things to take away from this is that when we read this story, you think about Saul and you're like, wow, this guy seems like not the ideal person for Jesus to show up to, right? Saul is the guy who is persecuting Jesus. He's persecuting the believers, even going so far as killing them. And then as we look, all the things that Paul did after this, right? At face value, and if you guys don't know, Paul wrote most of the books in the New Testament, like Romans, both of the Corinthians, the Thessalonians, most of them. And there's more in there. But as we look at it face value, you probably look at this story and think, when you're reading through Acts 9 and you're reading about Saul and who he is as a person, You probably look at it and you're like, this guy doesn't seem right at all, you know? My first instinct was like, he seems like the farthest person from being the person that Jesus would use in this moment. But the thing is it doesn't matter how far away you are. It matters where you're going to go, right? Jesus works in mysterious ways, but the most important thing to remember is that his timing is perfect. So if you ever feel like you're too far away and you have that tugging on your heart, or you feel like, man, I just don't know if I can come back, or I don't even know if I can, like, I don't even know what to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this. I feel like I've sinned so much, or I've gone so far away that I have no idea what I'm going to do. Look at Saul. Look at his life. Look at the things that he did. Because Saul was probably the farthest away that you can get, so far that he was persecuting the believers, and then he became foundational to the Bible and to the faith. It is important for us to realize that, like, you're never too far away. He was persecuting Christians, and then he was an outlet for God and God's word. Like, he was used in the perfect way. Because if you look at how, like, determined Saul was, like, the road to Damascus was going to take him it was a 6-day walk, and he was doing it to go find these Christians. Like, he was very determined. And then when you read his writings in the New Testament, he's determined. He was the perfect person to be used at that point. And the thing is like, you are too. Everybody is. Everybody has their purpose. And you are perfect for that purpose for a reason. But don't ever think that you're too far away to be able to do God's will, or to even just be a believer, because you're not. God's grace is ever bounding and everlasting. It is perfect. It is everything. And we need to, sometimes I feel like we forget that. Like, we fall into sin and we're like, oh, dang it. You know, but it's like, no, I'm not good enough to be a believer. But the thing is that God understood that, and he gave his son as a sacrifice because he knew that we were not good enough. So it's important for us to understand that his grace is ever bounding and everlasting. The other thing I want to talk about with this is that you're never too far away to make your first step. Your first step is always one of the most pivotal and most important things that you can do. When I started my fitness journey and everything, it wasn't like I was already healthy and was, just tweaking my physique. No, like, I was like 220 pounds. And to some people that may not seem like too big. I'm 200 right now, but it's different. It was a different kind of 200. Like, I was just big. I ate whatever I wanted. I drank a lot. I did all the things that I shouldn't have been doing. And the important thing is that I took that first step. I started going to the gym and just doing stuff, working out again like I used to. And then I started looking into macros and looking into all this stuff. I literally started tracking macros because I watched a Sam Solek video about the macro app that he used. And then I started doing research into what macros actually are and why it's important to count your calories. But it would have never, like, I would never be where I'm at now, where I did all the, powerlifting and, working out every day and really caring about this and even doing social media. Like, I would have never done this if I didn't take that first step. And your first step is the most important. So if you feel like you're too far gone, whether it's in your faith, your fitness, your mental health, whatever it is, you're not. All you got to do is do a 180 and take that one step back. And that's going to be the most important thing. And you're going to look back just like I do and say, man, all praise to God that I turned around and took that first step that I needed to take back then. Because look at where I'm at now. And look at, right now, what I'm going to be like in a year. Like, it's important to just take that first step. And it takes a long time. And it takes heart. And it takes drive. But have that determination that Paul does. Have that determination. Continue to just push yourself to be better and stop. The devil wants you to be lazy. The devil wants you to be a blob. He wants you to not do anything. He wants you to just not care. That's the whole point. Because if you think you're too far gone, or you think you're done, or you just give up, like, okay, that's less work for the devil because you're already taken care of. He already knows that you don't care. It's important for us to have that drive, have that determination to continue to want to be better and continue to want to improve. So that's what I got today. I'm fired up now. So let's say a prayer. Let's get into the gym. Lord, I thank you so much just for allowing me to talk to whoever's on this video. And I just thank you for just their life and their blessings and the thing that they do every day. And if they feel like they are too far away from you, just show them that they are not. Touch their heart. Bring them back. Pull them to you. And maybe this is their sign to turn around and, fix how they're living. And if so, just be with them. Give them the strength and the wisdom to be able to do this, and just continue to fill them with the Spirit and allow the Spirit to just burn within us and continue to just guide us and drive us. Thank you so much just for everything that we have in our lives. Thank you for the blessings that we get, even though sometimes we feel like we don't deserve them. And thank you for the trials, for we know that they make us stronger and align us with you, Lord. Just thank you for everything that we do. Allow us to repent, be washed clean by the blood of Christ, and just cleanse of our sins and blot out our iniquities. Thank you so much, Lord, for everything that you do for us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right. This is my second intro. The first one was a little monotone, but I feel really good with this one, so we're going to stick with it, even though the camera was messed up, but that's all right. I'm pumped. I hope you're pumped. We're going to go in the gym. We're going to crush it today, and I'll talk to you guys in there. All right. So we're benching. I just did 185 for 15. So we're going to hit 205, and then we're going to go up to 225. I think 205 is 8 to 10. I don't remember. I think last week I hit 225 for 10, so we'll kind of see. It's going to be kind of different today. Usually it's like a lot, but obviously I don't have a spotter, so I set up the arms here, so when I lower my chest, it rests on there so I don't get stuck. And I also took the what are they called? Clamps, right? Yeah, on the side over there. So just in case, safety is important, especially if you're lifting by yourself. Like if you have a garage gym or something, if you're gonna go for a heavy lift or training to like a 9 or 10 RPE, you want 1 rep in reserve or something like that, or maybe to failure. Safety is important, or have a spotter. But if a spotter is unavailable, still want to train hard, set your arms up on your bench so you don't get stuck. But other than that, should be good. I'm excited. I'm ready to get under there. Caffeine's hitting, so let's get it done. Cool. Probably had one more in there, but playing it safe today. So we'll go up to 225. Hopefully get it for 8 to 10. And yeah, that'll be it. So. That's frustrating. I wanted that one more, I just don't have a spot. It's alright though. 9 is good. I feel like every time on 10 I need a little bit of help anyway, so it's good. Feel good. Yeah, we'll go incline dumbbell press and incline dumbbell fly, and we'll get going. So, I'm tired. All right. So for this one, we're incline pressing right into an incline fly. So I'm gonna start with 40s. It's like 15 to 20. So lighter weight, good squeeze is the biggest thing here. Especially after that hard bench. A lot of this stuff is kind of like staying, not going super ballistic with this stuff because we already got good fatigue with the bench press. So we'll do, 2 to 3 sets of this. My chest is pretty torched right now, and then the rest we got shoulders. So, and then I'm gonna throw in some triceps with this too. So the rest of the workout's pretty solid, but it's gonna be good. Feeling really good. Energy kind of is low today. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like last week when I did this workout, like I was like angry, coming in, working out hard. I'm still working out hard, but like my energy is low. I think it's just because there's really nobody here, It's always nice to have like people around, pushing you. And that's kind of what last week was. Today, obviously, it's empty, so we're just kind of hanging out, getting it in, getting it done. It's definitely harder for me to have that energy when you're working out by yourself. So, yeah, feeling good. I kind of forgot to say it earlier in the intro, but you guys will be seeing this on Veterans Day. So if you're a veteran, thank you so much for your service. My whole family, pretty much, like most of my family is veterans, so I definitely understand the sacrifice. I get it. It's tough, but continue to stay driven, especially if you're struggling with anything. Turn to your faith, turn to mental health awareness line 988. Rely on your old battle buddies, rely on people. I know veterans go through a lot, and it's important that we all stick together. So continue to just be strong, and yeah, thank you so much for your service and your sacrifice to this country. And all right, right into the flies. I'm thinking about changing that incline to like a French press, but just so I get more of a squeeze at the top. But then you sacrifice the stretch at the bottom, so we'll see. I got at least another set of that, and then we'll move on. If there's one thing you could take away from this video, if you made it this far, this is the real, like, I'm giving you a knowledge bubble. If there's one thing that you can do in your life, and we were just talking about taking the first step and doing the first step in your thing, like in your life, whatever your next goal is, like just taking that step, stop procrastinating. Stop procrastinating and stop complaining. Like, you're gonna deal with things in your life, and instead of just complaining about it, just go do it. Go do that thing. I understand. Like, I talked about it before when I was eating like crap and drinking and all the stuff where it was just like controlling my life. I would sit there and complain about, oh man, I feel like crap today. Like, I don't feel like doing anything. I just lay in bed all day. Like, I just don't have the energy. What do you think that was? Like, it's because I was not doing anything to fix it, but I would sit there and complain and complain and complain. And then as soon as I started fixing it, it's like, oh, no wonder I felt like crap. I was treating my body like a dumpster. Like, go and do the thing. Go take care of yourself. Stop procrastinating. Stop waiting until New Year's. Stop waiting until next weekend or whatever it is. Just go do it today. And stop complaining about it. One of the things that frustrates me a lot is when someone complains about like how terrible everything is, but they don't do anything to fix it. Like, they will talk about how, man, my life is so rough, my stress is so high, and I'm just unhealthy, and blah 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 blah. And then they eat like crap, they drink all the time, they wind themselves up at work, they don't work out. Like, all the things that you're supposed to do to lower your stress and take care of yourself, they don't do, but then they'll complain about not doing it. Like, just go do it. Take the first step today. If this is what you need to go take your first step, go take the first step. Go make yourself better today. Stop wasting time. You don't have time to waste. Man, that fires me up. Let's get this shoulders in. I'm yapping. Let's go. All right. After this, we got shrugs, and then we'll pose down. I'll see you guys at the shrugs. All right. I thought about it, and I feel like a lot of people are going to say, that's easier said than done. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I've been there. But like I said in the intro, unless, like, I promise you, you have to think about your future. What are you going to think about in a year? Like, if you don't take this step today, what are you going to think about in a year? Wow, I was so close a year ago. I really should have did it. Because look where I'm at now. Like, just do it. Nike. But like, seriously, take that first step, because in a year from now, you're going to look back and be like, oh yeah, I crushed it. I'm so excited to see what happens next year. Because I'm about a year and a half in now. I started doing social media a year ago, just about 10 months ago, 11 months ago. I started on the 1st of January. It's crazy to go back. I went back and watched not all of them, but like a lot of my old videos yesterday, like Instagram Reels, and I try to stay away from the old YouTube videos, but like the old Instagram videos, and like the way my content has changed from then to now in 11 months is crazy. But like, think about if I never even started this, like the progress, I would have been so behind. Like if I would have started, if I started today, I'd be 11 months behind what I am now. So like, what is my content gonna look like in a year? You know, I don't know. So it's the same thing with life, and it's the same thing with the gym. If I would have never taken this journey, honestly, the biggest thing, if you are looking for motivation, what gave me the most motivation is getting cheated on. But you need to find, like, there are things that happen in your life that are going to be very frustrating and very, like, irritating and induce anger or sadness or whatever it is. And instead of like taking, what I used to do is I would go and I would like drown all of that out. You know, that was always what I did. I'd bottle it up and then I'd, you know, hit the bottle and deal with it that way. But finally, like last year, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna do this the right way. I need to do this the right way. And I started taking that negative energy that I felt, you know, the anger and sadness, and I would come in here and work hard, or I would work hard on my content, or like I would channel that energy and put it into different places. The thing is though, is like a lot of people don't understand that, and they don't have an outlet for their negative energy. Like you have to find something to get that out, you know? And that's what I do in here. Like that's why a lot of times like you'll hear me yelling or grunting, or because it's all of that stuff that I feel like I build up or pent up, like it comes out in here. So if you need motivation, take up all that stuff that you probably bottle up like I did, get into the gym and take it out on the weights. And it doesn't even have to be here. It could be running. It could be hitting a heavy bag. I don't know, whatever it is. Gymnastics or yoga, I don't know. But everybody has a different outlet. Go use that negative energy that you have and turn it into something productive. Because you're gonna have negative emotions. The Bible talks about that you're gonna have negative emotions. It's impossible for you to just be happy-go-lucky all the time. Like things are gonna affect you. But what's important is that you don't let that anger consume you, like what the Bible talks about, because that leads into worse sin. So taking that anger, putting it into something productive and good, and then, you know, like it's freeing. So go and do something that makes you better with that pent up aggression or sadness or whatever it is, you know? And a lot of times, like in that moment, you're gonna sit there and be like, why did this happen to me? Like I was the same way. You get cheated on, you're like, why? What did I do wrong? What is all this stuff that I'm going through? But now I look back and I'm like, no, like look at all the good that came from that bad situation that has happened in my life, you know? So like the way I view problems now is different, because now it's like I'm in the same spot now, kind of with the same situation, just more than I thought. And now I'm like thinking about like, well, you know, what good is going to come from this situation now? Instead of thinking about like, wow, woe is me, you know, like I talked about it last week, like there's things where it's going to bother me, you know, and I'm going to be sad or mad or whatever, you know, there's times where that's going to happen. But, you know, instead of it affecting me for months like it did before, now it's like a day. And then after that, I'm like, all right, I know and I trust that God has a purpose for me, and there's a reason that this happened, and there's going to be something that comes out of this that's better than the things that I'm going through or the things that I went through before. And it's all about trust. That's the biggest thing. So, yap session over. We're shrugging. I forgot I have triceps after this, but we'll just go straight to a pose down after this, and I'll hit triceps quick. So let's do it. Man, that's heavy. All right. I'll see you at the pose now. All right. We are done. So, that was a workout today. Felt pretty good. It was a good day. Good workout. So, just, yeah, a lot of stuff kind of talked about today. I like days like this where it's kind of empty, just so we can talk and, I'm not really like distracted or talking to other people. It kind of gives us an opportunity to, it gives me an opportunity to really like speak my mind and be open with y'all and kind of tell you what's going on. So, yeah, that's about all I got. We'll pose down and do the outro. I mean, not much else going on today. Monday, so I got a Discord call later with Whole Strength. That'll go good. I'll put the Discord link down in the bio too, or in the description too. They have like Bible studies and stuff on there, and the Discord is awesome. It's a great community to be a part of, so go check that out too, along with the links. And then Monday Night Football, baby. Eagles, Packers. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I mean, y'all will know the outcome of the game by the time you see this, but I will not. So I think that the Packers are going to look pretty good today. They've had a lot of ups and downs this season so far, so I think that they're going to look good. I also think that their pass game is going to look good today. But we'll see. I think it's going to be an interesting game for sure. I don't know if the Packers are going to be able to stop Saquon, but you never know, right? So, all right, let's get some poses in. Just upper body stuff today, so front double bicep. One of the tips I learned for this that I like is try to make your pinkies touch your ears. And that helps me a lot. I feel like my lats aren't. Obviously, it's chest day, so my lats aren't going to be like super activated, but trying to make a shelf, is good. We'll hit front tricep. Put the leg down. I feel like wide, which is good. My chest is, I gotta take a break for a second. That front chest, I'm feeling it. All right. Here. All right. Yeah, that's about it. I haven't hit an Arnold in a while. I'll do it tomorrow, I promise, for back day. But yeah, other than that, it's been a good day. Good workout. Pose down hopefully looks good. I feel like it felt pretty good, so. My lat spread feels pretty good, so we'll see though. I can always, most of the time I'm like, yeah, it feels pretty good, and then I look at it, I'm like, oh, that was brutal. So we'll see. Other than that, feeling good. Working through everything, kind of talked about what's been going on in my life a little bit. It's kind of a lot, so I'm good though, I promise. Just dealing with it, praying about it, and really looking forward to what God has in store for me. So, yeah, other than that, I mean, it's been a blessing to talk to you all. Like and subscribe if you made it this far. I keep saying I'm going to be better about posting on YouTube, but I've been kind of, like I've been talking about, it's been kind of a long couple weeks, so a lot of times I like to get in here and just work out really hard and, not really have to think about filming, especially when it's busy and stuff. I try not to, so probably here shortly I'll get back into filming more heavily. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling driven. I haven't lost motivation yet. I just, I've been focusing a lot on Instagram and TikTok. So if you guys haven't went and looked at those, it's Scars of Strength. Go check that out. I've been having a lot of fun doing short form content lately, so that's just kind of where my focus has been. But I'm at least going to get 1 to 2 videos a week on here. And it's not I don't like filming it, I don't like editing it, is the thing. So we'll get there though. It's all a work in process. Work in progress is the word. And I'm going to get out of here. So I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys are blessed. I will talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow for back day. Thank you to all the veterans out there. This one is for you. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Have a great Veterans Day. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. See ya.